Some sounds aren't just noise. Some sounds are defiance. Imagine a machine. No fuel, no solar panels, no wind, no batteries, no wires connecting it to anything. Just pure motion, silent, relentless, unstoppable, a mechanical heartbeat, pulsing quietly against the noise of a world built on consumption, extraction, and dependency. It's not supposed to exist. In fact, its existence terrifies the very systems designed to keep you dependent, because this machine doesn't just challenge science. It challenges the foundation of everything, from energy monopolies to entire economies, governments, and the illusion that control is inevitable. This isn't a story about fantasy. It's a story about reality, one they spent a century trying to bury under ridicule, misinformation, and silence. But the silence has cracked. This is the story of the forbidden machine, inspired by the visions of Nikola Tesla, resurrected. From the forgotten corners of suppressed knowledge, rebuilt by hands unwilling to obey, and now running, silently, invisibly, against everything and everyone. Whoever told you it wasn't possible? In the early 1900s, one man dared to imagine the unthinkable. Nikola Tesla wasn't just an inventor. He was a revolutionary, a heretic against the empire of power, a man who believed energy, the very pulse of the universe, should be as free as sunlight, as free as the air we breathe. While others dreamed of power stations, pipelines, and control, Tesla dreamed of a world where electricity flowed wirelessly, invisibly, without wires, without bills, without limits. His experiments at Wardenclyffe Tower weren't mere fantasies of communication. They were blueprints for energy liberation. Imagine a tower transmitting power across oceans, continents, into every home, every device, everywhere. But the moment the true purpose of Wardenclyffe became clear to its financier, J.P. Morgan, the future was cancelled. Morgan famously asked, "If anyone can draw on the power, where do we put the meter?" The answer? Nowhere. And that was unacceptable. Funding vanished. Wardenclyffe Tower was demolished. Tesla's name became synonymous not with brilliance, but with madness. And his notes, his research, his blueprints for the impossible, they vanished. Seized by federal agents, locked away in vaults. Some say auctioned off in private. Others whisper they were destroyed forever. But what they didn't realize was that an idea, once spoken into the world, never truly dies. It waits in silence for someone reckless enough, brave enough, or foolish enough to try again. Decades passed. The world marched deeper into the fossil-fueled future. Tesla feared, but in the shadows, whispers never stopped. In garages, in off-grid workshops, in hacker spaces, in the basements of the curious, a question lingered. What if Tesla was right? And then someone stopped asking and started building. They call it the Liberty Engine 2.0. At first glance, it looks almost laughably simple. A frame of aluminum and silver alloys, a rotor, some coils, rows of neodymium magnets, no digital screens, no advanced computers, no AI, but appearances deceive. This machine doesn't need fuel, doesn't need batteries, doesn't need sunlight. Once you pull the starter, a cord, not unlike an old lawnmower, the rotor begins to spin. As it spins, magnets sweep past precision-wound copper coils, generating electricity. Not just enough to power devices plugged into it, but enough to sustain the machine itself. It's called a magnetic feedback loop, a concept dismissed by mainstream science as impossible for decades. And yet, here it is, a machine that, once in motion, feeds itself. No pulleys, no belts, no combustion, no chemical reactions, just engineered momentum. Electromagnetic precision, a ghost of Tesla's dream, reborn in steel, copper, and silence. Skeptics demanded proof, so the builders delivered no cuts, no CGI, no convenient camera angles. Just a machine in a field far from the grid, one camera, one machine. And one question, would it run? They plugged in a 27-inch iMac, a water pump, an industrial grinder, a drill, a heater. Not gadgets, tools designed to strain any generator. And then, with one pull, the rotor spun, lights came on. Fans whirred, water sprayed, the drill screamed into life. The grinder sparked against steel. No flicker, no drop in voltage, no hesitation, and most importantly, no wires leading underground, no hidden batteries, no backup generators humming. In the distance, it just worked, hour after hour, silently, reliably, relentlessly, and the longer it ran, the more unsettling it became. Because everyone watching knew exactly what this meant. It meant they were never supposed to see this. Because if this is possible, then everything they've told you about power is a lie. This machine runs in silence, but the silence it breaks is deafening. For over 100 years, they told you it couldn't be done, that free energy was a myth, a scam, a delusion, a threat, but it was never about science. It was about control over what you use, what you pay, how you live, and who profits. And now that control is slipping. The Liberty engine isn't perfect. It's not a polished product sitting on store shelves. Not yet, but it's real. It's running. It exists. And the fact that it does is terrifying to the world that told you it never could. Because if energy can be free, what else have they lied about? This isn't just about a machine. This is about the people brave enough to build it. The people reckless enough to believe. This is a battle between silence and revelation. And the only question now is whether you'll be one of those still clinging to the silence, or one of those who decides to listen.